For the next rule in this series, we are looking at this one. I'll have to make it bigger. This is direct quotations. And we will look at the use of quotation marks in another section of our rules, but this one relates directly to capital letters. So we're not focused on the punctuation marks, we're looking at the rule for capitalizing a quotation. And it says to capitalize the first word of a sentence or a direct quotation. I didn't want to make a whole set of rules or a whole card just for first word of a sentence. I think most folks do that just instinctively. But let me show you an example. We'll get both of these rules in one example. So let's use David said, comma, I have a class tonight. Full stop, close quotes. So the direct quotation is this part. It's the part in the quotation marks that David actually said. The sentence, the first word of the sentence is David. And even if that weren't a name, you would still capitalize that first word. And you also capitalize the first word of the quotation if it's a direct quotation. Okay, so let me shrink this one back down if I can. And whoa, this is not going to be easy to do. Tell you what, that's my next one, so let me just move it out of the way. I'm trying to keep all of these on one page for when we need to assemble them. So here is resizing, and here is the next piece that we need to fill in. And this one is about the seasons of the year. And this is a do not. Do not capitalize seasons just because they're seasons. Now, if they're the first word of a sentence, the first word of a quotation, in a title, that kind of thing, a person's name, then you would capitalize them. But do not capitalize the seasons of the year. For example, fall, which is also called autumn, winter, summer, and spring. These are all lowercase. I've never really understood that one. It seems like you should capitalize those. But that's true with a lot of earth science terms. Equator does not have to be capitalized. Even Earth itself doesn't have to be capitalized, or moon. So a lot of the earth terms follow this rule. Okay, let me see if I can shrink this one down, and we'll look at the next one. And that one is going to be directions. Now this one gave me some difficulty when I was learning my rules. Directions are talking about north, south, east, and west. So let's talk about how those work. You occasionally capitalize them, but usually not. I would say if in doubt, don't capitalize these. You capitalize if you're referring to a section of the country. If they name sections of a country, that's going to make them proper nouns. For example, we live in the South. If it has the word "the" in front of it, you want to capitalize the direction. Do not capitalize for general location if it's a common noun. For example, actually this would be an adverb because it tells where. Drive south on Main Street. So in this case, south is not capitalized. You capitalize if you're talking about a region, but not if it's a general location, just a general direction. Okay, the last rule, and then I'll show you how to assemble these, and we'll be finished. The last rule is school subjects. And there's a pretty straightforward rule. Capitalize languages, because those are going to be proper adjectives, and subjects followed by numbers. For example, English, Spanish. You would capitalize these anyway, regardless of where you find them. So if they're languages, you capitalize them. Algebra 1, Science 101, but if you are just talking about algebra in general or science in general, you do not capitalize, only if they're followed by numbers. So languages and subjects with numbers after them get capitalized. Okay, to assemble this particular piece, if you watch the video, you will know a general idea of how to do that. So the first thing you have to decide is whether you want to glue this to your book. If so, this is the piece right here that you want to glue. Go ahead and anchor down this piece to your book. This is the bottom piece of the puzzle. The next piece that you will stack on top of that one is this piece. And I'm not sure how this is going to work. I haven't tried this before. So bear with me here. The one about directions would be the next piece. And I'm not sure what's happening. I'll tell you what, let me do it as a screenshot because it's taking the writing off of others too. This will work just fine. So if you have glued down the first piece, let's take the directions piece and put it on top of the piece that you glued down. And I may be just belaboring something that I don't have to belabor, but it's going to stack right on top of this piece. So I'm putting this one on top of this one. And in order to show you exactly how that's going to look, I need to crop this with freehand. And I can't do that, guys. So I'm not going to keep doing this. You get the idea. If you need help, I will help you. But you anchor down school subjects and you put directions on top of that one. I am going to list these for you so that you know the order that they should go in. And that way you won't have to guess at that and get them out of order, because once you glue them, it's hard to get them unglued. So let's put it down like this. So the first thing you want to do is to glue down school subjects. Anchor that to your page. And then to do directions, you just want to glue the tab. So on school subjects, make sure you're on the school subjects tab. Put your glue just here, just in this tab that you should have already folded. So this blue stuff is glue. And then to that piece, you're going to put the directions tab. So directions goes down on top of school subjects. Okay. Then on directions, you put your glue on the tab. Once you've made one of these, it's a little bit clearer. And then you're going to put down seasons so that the tabs are visible. You want to stack them offset. So here's seasons. Then put your glue on seasons right here. And the top of seasons will be direct quotations. And those tabs should be visible for all 4 of those. Okay, after direct quotations, and I'm not going to keep coloring, you know now where to glue. You will put titles of people. And then names of relatives. I believe, let me double check that before you stick it down. Titles of people, names of relatives, titles of works, and proper nouns. Okay. And then the last thing you glue down is the cover. And you should have an index file of rules. And this is page 6. You will have some space left. You can glue that wherever you want it. I would probably put it sort of in the center, maybe about right here. And that way when you fold down pages of your file, they won't fall off the page. But it won't matter because you close it up. Again, if you need help with that, do not hesitate to contact me and I'll help you put it together. Watching the video again also will help you see how it goes. And we're finished with capitalization rules. I do want you to try page 7 for homework. Sorry, these are my page 7 looks like this. And it says to write the sentences correctly, fix all the errors that you find, refer to your file as needed. So there are 6 sentences here to see if you can correct those. And we'll go over those in our next English class, which will be on Monday, the 15th of June. And I will see you then. Bye-bye.